ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So we are going through the first chapter, Prathamaha Adhikaraha. So the previous verse is finished, and then thus, iti means thus. Nacha atra shadakshara mantra prakriyayaha prapanchanam. Now we are not going to see, that means it is not available, namely the explanation of the 6-syllable spell. Shadakshara mantra, how to use this spell of 6 syllables. We are not we are not reading the explanation further, because that can be done in some other book. That is Pancaratra itself. Pancaratra Raksa is only to give you an outline to protect the tradition. So in regarding mantras, spells of 6 syllables or 14 syllables or 8 syllables, one can learn from the preceptor. Tataha cha, then, and then, Vasishtha Gargya Vihaga Indra Ahirbuddhinya Adi Samhita Ukta Prakriya Eva Sharanam. So our shelter will be Sharanam. Our recourse will be our Sharanagati. So only one set of Pancaratra traditions is available. And of course, this set of tradition has been propounded by so many people. So Vasishtha, so Vasishtha's tradition is called Vasishtha. Gargya, Gargya is the same name of the sage. So then Vihaga Indra. Vihaga Indra is, we can say, Garuda. Vihaga Indra, again the name of a sage. Vihaga is Garuda. In Sanskrit, a simple single syllable word, Vihi means bird. So Vihagaha means 3 syllables. Vihagaha means bird. Vihangaha means bird. Vihangamaha is bird. So this one syllable, 2 syllables, 3 syllables, 4, 5 are available in Sanskrit, so that one can write poetry very easily. Wherever there is a requirement of more and more syllables, you can use the same, you can use different synonyms. Now Ahirbuddhinya is Ahirbuddhinya Samhita is available in Atharva Veda. Again, the name of a sage only. Ahihi means generally serpent, snake. It is not here. It's not a reptile. It's only a name of a person. Ahirbuddhinya. So Ahirbuddhinya, Adi, etc. There are some more traditions, samhitas. As we understand, Sattvata Samhita, Ishvara Samhita, Sri Prashna Samhita, Parameshwara Samhita, and so on. So Samhita Ukta, what has been mentioned in such samhitas, that means the sciences of temple procedures. Prakriya eva sharanam. Practical procedure is only the shelter. So we are not attaching importance to the spell of some syllables or many syllables, but that has to be learned from the preceptor directly in person, and therefore Pancaratra Raksa does not advise us about the spells. It advises us about only the procedure, the process. So evam dvibhuja प्रभृति षोडश भुज पर्यंत रूप उपदेशेपि अनुक्तम अपि अपेक्षित अन्यतः अपेक्षितम अन्यतः ग्राह्य. Starting with two hands, dvibhuja, we must understand the temple figure, the divine figure, Divya Mangala Vigraha, has two hands. Or just like the Sudarshana Chakram, the wheel, the disc or discus, has got 14 hands. Sorry, 16 hands. Shodasha. Shodasha Bhuja Paryanta Rupa. The forms are different for figures, divine figures. For example, Vedanta Deshika wrote a stotram, devotional song on the 16 weapons. Shodashayudha stotram. That means the Lord possesses 16 hands. 16 ARMS plus ARMS. Arms are weapons. So the weapons are on the 16 hands. So whether it is two hands or up to 16 hands, Upadeshepi. 32 are not available. I don't think 32 are available. 2, 4, 8, 16. 32 for Narasimha, I have not heard so far. So 2 is normal, 4 is again popular, 8 is Ashtabhuja in Kanchipuram. So Attabhaya Karattan is the name of the Divya Kshetram. Then 16 is 16 hands. And normally the 16 hands will be shown only in Vishwarupa, not in ordinary form. I don't think any Divya Kshetram has got 16 hands in the divine figure. It will be available only in the Vishwarupam, universal form. So when we get advice over the procedure to be adopted for the divine figures with either 2 hands or up to 16 hands, Upadeshe Api, so even in that advice, what should we do? Anuktam api apekshitam anyataha grahya. Suppose there is no mention about a special procedure on either 2 hands or different from 16 hands, we will have to take the cue from some other source. Anyataha grahyam. From some other source, grahyam it is to be accepted, even though it is not mentioned, unmentioned, anuktam api. But we need them. Apekshitam. Though it is not mentioned, it is necessary for us because 16-handed divine figure is available. Ataha evahi, therefore only indeed, Krishna Rupani Anantani. He says Lord Krishna also can possess 16 hands or minimum 2 hands. That means, I told you Vishwarupam is shown only in Krishna Avatara to many people. Even the blind man Dhritarashtra, Karna, Arjuna, and I think some more people also. So Krishna Rupani Anantani, endless are the forms of Lord Krishna. Ityadibihi. Again, it must be a quotation from some book. So Krishna Narasimha Adi Rupanam Asankhyayatvena Vaktum Ashakyataya Viramyate. Again, Swami Vedanta Deshika says here that he is not giving details on the numberless hands of the figures like Krishna and Narasimha. Krishna also has 16 hands. Narasimha also may have 16 hands. Not, I hope, 32. So in such forms of Krishna and Narasimha, we are not giving details about the endless number of hands, because it is impossible to say. Vaktum ashakyataya. Vaktum, to say ashakyataya, it is impossible. Therefore, we are stopping here. Viramyate. We close the subject here. We finish the topic here. Viramyate meaning generally taking rest in passive voice form. So we stop here. Teshu cha, among them, among those figures with either 2 hands or up to 16 hands, kanichit shastrantaroktani sangrashyani ev. They might, or we might get the procedure in specific cases of either 2 hands or up to 16 hands. Kanichit, a few, shastra antara uktani. They are said by, mentioned by some other sciences, with which we may not be familiar with. There may be sciences where these 16 hands have been mentioned, and special worship and process have been given. So sangrashyani, they must be taken into account. They must be considered positively. Ataha, therefore, idam, this, Vedanteshu yathasaram, sangrihya Bhagavan Harihi, ityukta prakriyaya. So Bhagavan Harihi, Lord Vishnu, sangrihya, he made an abridgment, yathasaram, according to the essence, in Pancaratra science, Pancaratra Shastram, Vedanteshu, according to the Upanishads, culled from the Upanishads, Culled, culled out from the Upanishads, Lord Vishnu has given a Pancaratra science in quintessence, in an abridged manner, in a brief manner. So, iti ukta prakriyaya, because it is said so in the process, Sarva Vedanta Sarodharena, because it is the essence of all the Upanishads put together, and it has been released or revealed, or it has been taken up for consideration. Sarva Jana Hitaishina Bhagavata, because Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Shivanarayana, is favorable to all people. He doesn't mean any partiality towards anyone, either by Varna or Ashrama. And therefore, all people are allowed to do prapatti, and they are allowed to do worship, allowed to worship in temples and so on. So, Sarvajana Hitaishina, he is a well-wisher of all people. And therefore, by himself, Swayameva, Pranitam, composed, Srimad Pancaratra Shastram. Now, because he has composed for Mahalakshmi, it becomes the Srimad Pancaratra Shastram. It's a signs of Pancaratra, 5 nights, auspicious 5 nights. Srimad. Sarvasutra Nishthanam Upajivyam iti Siddham. Vishnu Nidhi has 32 hands. Narasimha Dhyana. Okay. This is Nidhi. There are only Ashta Nidhis, as I have heard. Padma Nidhi and so on. Shankha Nidhi, Padma Nidhi, and there are so many Nidhis. There are 8 Nidhis. I don't know, one of them is Vishnu or some other. Okay, Sapta Nidhi book. Okay. So, Sarva Sutra Nishthanam Upajivyam. So, all sciences of Pancharatra make all the sutras, formulae, survive. So, Sarva Sutra, yeah. MORI is Research Institute, Oriental Research Institute, Mysore, okay. Sarvadrutra Nishtanam Upajivyam. Upajivyam is every Shastra which is followed by people who know the procedure. They are the parasites to Srimad Pancaratra Shastra. So it is concluded here, Siddham. That means it is finalized, that it is ready for use. So Yattu Sri Vaikhanase. But Yattu which Sri Vaikhanase. Now the bold letters tell us the title. Vaikhanasa Pancharatrayoho Paraspara Nindavachanana Prakshiptatva Pakshaha. So now we are going to see how Pancharatra and or Pancharatra is different from Vaikhanasa tradition. And if there is contradiction, I won't call Ninda as censure, C-E-N-S-U-R-E, but meaning opposed. So when there is something opposed, opposite elements between Vaikhanasa and Pancharatra, what should be declined, what should be deleted, and what should be accepted. That is the topic of this page 23. Now, actually, wow, the important aspect is what should be thrown out, what should be deleted, rather than what should be accepted. So what should be deleted, what should be given up. From Vaikhanasa, what should be given up? In Pancharatra, what should be removed? Now, Agneyam Pancharatram tu Diksha cha Tantrikam. Avedikatvat Tattantram Tyaktva Vaikhanasena tu. So, Agneyam Pancharatram. So, Diksha cha Tantrikam. I think I must understand it more. If the Pancharatra is connected with the fire ritual, and Tantra, the procedure by those who have been initiated, used by those who have been initiated, since they both are not connected with the scriptures, Avaidikatvat. Only when people knowing scriptures and use the scriptures for the worship of the tradition called the Pancharatra, worship by the tradition called the Pancharatra, and Tantrikam, the procedure by Diksha. They can be accepted, but these cannot be accepted. That is, Pancharatra with fire rituals and the procedures, Tantrikam with Diksha, that means initiation into the sacrifice. If they both are not connected with scriptures, Avaidikatvat, Tat Tantram Tyaktva, give up that Tantram, Vaikhanasena tu. Here, even if it is, even if it happens in Vaikhanasa, if it is Avaidikam, if it is not linked with the scriptures at all, then remove them, delete them. Because Saumyena Vaidikena Eva Deva Devam Samarchi. Please remember that Vaidikam is Saumyam, meaning any scriptural attachment is pleasant, beautiful. So if it is not connected with the scriptures, it is ugly. It is not beautiful. It is also favorable. Saumyam is favorable. It's a friend. Scripture is our friend. So Saumyena Vaidikena Eva Deva Devam Samarchi. Deva Devam, God of gods, namely Lord Sriman Narayana, must be worshipped. Samarchayet, well. Samarchayet, this word already we have come across. So Samarchayet, Samarchayet, or should be worshipped well. He is to be worshipped well only by the friendly scriptures or pleasant scriptures or favorable scriptures, ityadi, etc. Thus, etc. ityadi. Yatricha uktam Sri Pancharatre Tantrasara Samuchaye. So there are different divisions under chapters under Pancharatra. Just as it has been said, just as it has been said by Pancharatra in the chapter called Tantra Sara Samuchaye, Samuchaye collection of the essence of the procedures. Tantra Sara Samuchaye, Ashnikaram Asaumyam cha Vaikhanasam Asatvikam. Ashrikaram Asaumyam cha Vaikhanasam Asatvikam. Pancharatra vehemently opposes Vaikhanasam. It doesn't like. So any Pancharatra temple should not at all mix anything from Vaikhanasam. So what will happen if there is a mix-up? Then Ashrikaram. It will bring down the prosperity of the temple. Ashrikaram. So the position of the temple will be in doldrums. D-O-L-D-R-U-M-S. And Asaumyam. It will be unpleasant. Vaikhanasam, Asatvikam. Vaikhanasam, when it is not following Sattata Samhita, Asatvikam in the sense not good in attitude. So this is the beginning sentence in the Shastra called Tantrasara Samuchaya. In the book called, that is the beginning sentence. Then Tadvidhanam Parityajya Pancharatrena Pujaya. If you find Vaikhanasam as Asatvikam is bad, that means it's not good. You can't say bad, but it doesn't seem to be good. When you identify the goodness of Vaikhanasam, you can follow. Otherwise, Pancharatra must be utilized. Tadvidhanam, that procedure. Parityajya, giving up that procedure, namely Vaikhanasam Asatvikam, which is Ashrikaram and Asaumyam. The Vaikhanasa which is not good and which brings down the prosperity and which is not pleasant. And that should be given up and Pancharatrena Pujayet. Lord Sriman Narayana must be worshipped with Pancharatra tradition. So that is the sentence complete. The first part of the sentence is Ashrikaram Asaumyancha. The last part of the sentence is Tadvidhanam Parityajya Pancharatrena Puja. Yanija Padma Parameshwaradishu Ativada Vachanani Tani Nunam Ikshubhakshana Chikurshibihi Prakshiptani Parasparasthana Akramana Lolupaihi Vatubihi Va Pujaka Adhamaihi Niveshitani. It's a very caustic statement. Caustic. It's a caustic statement. So now these two traditions are mentioned here, Padma Samhita and Parameshwara Samhita. And again there is the word Adishu, etc. That means some more traditions. So especially Padma Samhita and Parameshwara Samhita, there are some Ativada Vachanani, extrapolations, not interpolations, but extrapolations, unconnected with the procedures. Ativada Vachanani is exaggerated statements. I'm not actually giving the exact translation. Kesavadas Swami can help. Ativada is overshooting the argument. So Tani, those statements, Nunam definitely. Last word, take the last word in the sentence, Niveshitan. They have been established. They have been brought in. By whom? There are two or three adjectives for the people who are called the worst worshippers, worst priests. Pujaka adhamaihi. Pujaka, pujari we say in Hindi. Pujaka adhamaihi, by the lowest level of priests. What do? How are they? They are only interested in eating sugarcane. Ikshu bhakshana chikir shubi. Ikshu, sugarcane. Meaning, they want sweets. Again, meaning, they want only the naivedyam, what is the offerings of food to the god. They are not interested in following the right procedure. They are ready to only take the items of food, eatables. So it's commonly called Ikshu Bhakshanam. Ikshu Bhakshanam is what we call devouring, D-E-V-O-U-R, devouring the entire food item offered to God. They don't share it with others. Because you take this example of a sugar cane, except the leaves of the sugar cane, you finish it off in no time by chewing and biting without the help of any instrument. Your teeth are the helpers. So your teeth should be strong enough to swallow a single, of course, say single of sugar cane, or you can say if you can consume more and more sugar canes, okay, welcome. So ikshu bhakshana chikirshu. Chikirshu, one who wants to eat the sweet juice of, and especially when you eat sugar cane by with the help of the teeth, without making it juice and drinking it very easily, your teeth also become strong, and your teeth become clean, and they also have a sweet smell. And there are two types of sugar cane, and in one there will not be a lot of juice, but another one it will have a lot of juice. So prakshiptani, they are all interpolations. They are all interpolations, or even say extrapolations. They must be given up. Paraspara sthana akramana lolupai. Now, what is the nature of these people who are the worst worshippers, namely worst priests? Namely, they are greedy, lolupaha. Lolupaha means a greedy person. So they are greedy over doing anything wrong. Akramana, they want to conquer. They want to occupy in the wrong place, asthana. Parasthana. So they want to occupy others' places. Parasparasthana. Mutually, they want to exchange the procedures because they were greedy to conquer others. Talking about Vaikanasa people here. So, and what is the age? They may be old in age, but they are brahmacharis. They are bachelors. They can be very young also. Generally, a rule is there. In a temple, only a married man, grihastha, is allowed to worship. He is allowed to be a priest. He is only appointed as a priest in a temple. That was a condition in those days. Today we have relaxed it, and brahmacharis are appointed as priests. In Pomona, New York, in Sri Ranganatha temple, I think there are one or two brahmacharis. They are not married. So only a married person, probably the aim for appointing only married men as priests. They need lot of money, and they must have experience, and they will be patient since they are married. They will be patient. They will be responsible. So vatubihi, here the word vatubihi, vatu is a brahmachari, and you can take it as very young people or old people are unmarried. Again, they are in the first ashrama, brahmachari ashrama. Then avirodha upayakabhyam ubhayorapi shastrayoho madhyastaihi kritam dharma vidyasthana niveshanam. Again, between these two shastras, namely Pancaratra and Vaikhanasa, there are people who are in the what do you call middle position, intermediate position, madhyastaihi. They want to compromise. They don't want to compromise one shastra for the other. They want to have a pragmatic view from both. Therefore, madhyastaihi, those who are in the middle path, resorting the middle path, dharma vidyasthana niveshanam kritam. The duty, dharma duty, vidya knowledge, sthana the place, have been prescribed by them. Kritam, done. But they are very careful in seeing that there is no contradiction between the procedures. Avirodha upayogabhya. No contradiction. Virodha, enmity, virodha, contradiction. Avirodha, no contradiction. Upayoga in the usage. Ubayoho shastrayoho, between these two shastras, namely Pancaratra and Vaikhanasa. Anyatha, otherwise, prasiddha pramanyayoho. Now, in both shastras, namely Vaikhanasa and Pancaratra, you have got a popular proof. There are so many popular pramanas. That is what we call the proofs are. So, prasiddha pramanyayoho, they are very famous. So, when there are some authoritative statements in both Pancaratra and Vaikhanasa, when they are popular, when they are known by many people, then parigraha pachuryavatoho. Now we must find out, make a research, which pramana has been accepted more. So what is the pramana which enjoys the majority? So parigraha in acceptance. Prachuryavatoho. Prachuryam is more and more. The richness of acceptance. And again, prasiddha tareshu. Which pramana is more popular? The comparative degree. Popularity, prasiddha means popular. Prasiddha tara is more popular. Which procedure is more popular? Either in Pancaratra or Vaikhanasa. Shiranga Srimad Venkatadri Shri Hastisela Vrishabha Kiri Prabhadishu Parampariyena Pravartayoho Vyasadi Nibadha Sri Vaishnava Dharma Shastra Kandadishu Katham Tvam Archaniyaha Asi Murtayaha Kidrshastate Vaikhanasaha Katham Bruyuhu Katham Va Pancharatrikaha. It's a single set of idea. So, what should we do? So, when these temples are very important, Srirangam, Srimad Venkatadri, Srihastisailam, Kanchipuram, Vrishabhagiri. Vrishabhagiri is Tirupati again. Maybe it refers to Malkota. Yeah, Malkota. So these four temples, Sriranga, Srimad Venkatadri. So Srirangam, as all of us know, Srimad Venkatadri is Tirupati. Srihasti Shaila is Kanchipuram, because the elephant mountain. Vrishabhagiri is, this is a new name given. Generally, Vrishabhadri also belongs to the 7 hills of Tirupati. I don't think the hill of Melkot looks like a bull, or rather what you call bullock, male buffalo. I don't know. So Vrishabhagiri, Chamundi in Mysore is a big Nandi. The Vrishabhagiri Prabhritishu, we are not referring to the Shiva temples here. So Parampariyana, by tradition, Pravartayoho, they have been utilizing the procedures. Vyasadi Nibaddha Sri Vaishnava Dharma Shastra Kandad. Vedavyasa has written a book called Sri Vaishnava Dharma Shastra Kandam. It's a chapter on Dharma Shastra, especially on Sri Vaishnava Dharma Shastra. So there are more books also, just like Vyasa's creation. And he is asking the question directly to Lord Sriman Narayana. Katham tvam archaniyaha asi. Tell us, O Lord Sriman Narayana, tell us how you should be worshipped. There are so many figures, Murtayaha. What type of figures are you showing yourself? Murtayaha, the figures, the solid figures, tangible, touchable figures. Kidrshastu, how are they? Te your Kidrshastu Murtayaha. That meaning, how should we worship you? Number one, you in the sense in different forms. What is the procedure for different forms? Then how do the Vaikhanasa people say the procedure? Katham, how? Vaikhanasaha, the people of Vaikhanasa tradition, Bruyuhu, what do they say? What may they say? What they may say, or what they ought to say, or what they should say, or what they should say, what they may say. Bruyuhu. Katham va Pancharatrikaha Bruyu. In difference to their Vaikhanasa tradition, then how are Pancharatrikas? Explain the procedure. What are the differences? So when the question is put by Bhagavan himself to Bhagavan, Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. So Namo Vai Brahmanidheye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. Bhagavan Uvach. Lord Sriman Narayana replied.
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.